Welcome back to day 27 of World Watercolor Month. Today we're diving into a super fun technique. We're going to do some watercolor marbling. It's such a fun, playful way to let the paint do its thing, and you're going to end up with the most dreamy organic blends. So let me show you how it works. All right, so you're going to need some water in a Tupperware or whatever you want to use, an empty bowl, something that can fit your paper in it. I didn't fill mine up to the top because I find that the watercolor sinks to the bottom. I'm not using watercolor ink, I'm using regular watercolors, so that might be why it sinks quicker. Feel free to experiment and test out different watercolors or watercolor inks. This is really fun postcard from FUNTO art. So I just dipped the front of this. I'm going to show you how to do this. I think that would be a really cool idea to do the marbling as a background, and if you're going to still send snail mail, you can have a background marble. But otherwise, I just have some regular watercolor paper here. It is better for it to be a little bit thicker so it doesn't buckle as much, but we're just playing around with scrap paper. Use whatever you have. These also came with the kit, and I just have some cheap kind of watercolor paper to play with. But let's start by just mixing up some of our watercolor paint. So I just create a pool over here. Again, if you have a dropper, it's probably better. I'm not gonna do that though. So basically, I'm just gonna drop in some colors and we're gonna see what happens. So what I'm doing is mixing up, these are the colors that I like right now. You can use whatever colors that you want. I find these to be like really super saturated, so I'm just gonna drop them in and see what they do. And I'm kind of swirling them around a little because you want to create that marbly effect. And I'm dropping in different colors. And I'm kind of thinking about where the paper will be, but not too much. And I don't want them to blend too much together because I want it to create a marbled effect. So that looks really pretty there. So when I see something that I really like there, then I'm just gonna dip the paper in. So this looks really fun, but I just wanna, it's fine. I just wanna go in and sort of move it slightly a bit around just so we have the whole paper, because that's gonna leave a blank space right there. I find that the pink does that a lot more than any of the other colors. And I'm sure there's a scientific reason, but I'm no scientist. There we go. Okay, so this looks kind of cool. So it's still floating on top of the water. That right there is really beautiful swirl. I'm just going to put it right in, drop it down. And I don't know how long you should wait for it to sit. I kind of just like let it move a little tiny bit, and then I'm gonna lift it up and we'll see. Whoa, and that is super, super cool. Sometimes I do find that there are these little pockets, so it's probably just air bubbles underneath. And I make a mess always, but now we have this beautiful, beautiful marbled effect. And you can do this with all different colors, have fun with it, change up your colors, try different materials, but that's it. That's how you do watercolor marbling. It's super simple, it's super fun and addicting. I hope you give it a try. If you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss what's next. Tomorrow we're playing with blooms and bleeds and how to actually use them on purpose in your paintings. Thanks so much for being here, and I will see you back here tomorrow.